the first piece of news today that really stuck out at me was this whole Snapchat Uber thing. And I know that on TechMeme they have The Verge and the BuzzFeed, but I kind of like the title from TechCrunch better. You can now Uber to people directly and use custom Snapchat filters as you ride. So basically, somebody shares their location with you. So this new feature by Uber lets you request a one-time static location, and then the app will then automatically set as your destination and use to set the route for your driver. Basically, it'll get to wherever your friend is at. Now that's pretty cool, except for some of the privacy issues, but I think I read that, they don't store your data, or they don't store your data, but they won't follow you after that. I might be mistaken, but you guys can read somewhere. It says something like that. And the other thing that was kind of unique was Snapchat or Snap. But Snapchat in this particular collaboration where they unlock some filters for you. I am not a Snapchat user. I am over 35. So Snapchat for me is sort of irrelevant. But I totally respect how they kind of just do things differently. The vertical videos instead of landscape mode. Some of the ways that they don't cater to celebrities, the way Instagram and YouTube and everybody else does. I find those decisions very unique, and to be honest, the one thing that really kind of sticks out at me from Snap is, let's see where it's on CNN actually. I know they're doing this kind of, they're opening up some sort of technology office in Shenzhen, and if you guys know Shenzhen, you guys know that is the manufacturing capital of the world. 15-20 years ago, it was just basically a fishing port, fishing village, but now it is a metropolis, unlike any other. You go there, and there are just like so many different dialects of the Chinese language there. It's not just one language, and that's what makes that place so unique and so eclectic. There's just a convergence of food and culture, and it's just so unlike any other place in the world. It's so different from Hong Kong, I feel. But they're opening up an office there, and it says they're going to employ about 20 people working on research and development. The devices are Snap's first foray into hardware using Bluetooth and Wi-Fi to connect with people's phones. Now, I think I talked about how Apple, they needed somebody to compete with them. Could it be Snapchat? I know that sounds kind of preposterous, that sounds kind of over the top, but could they, with the right amount of, foresight, visionariness, this kind of, they have, that guy, Evan Spiegel, I don't know how to say his name, but he definitely has a design sense. I love the fact that when he chose to do photos for Snap, the spectacles, that I think Karl Lagerfeld, spectacles, Evan Spiegel, let's look this up, Karl Lagerfeld, as you guys know, is the head guy of Chanel. So definitely, I think this was the image right here. Yeah, and I think the person who took it was Karl Lagerfeld. This is just so different from the way Google handled it, Google Glass, Robert Scoble. It's funny, you don't see any of the images of Robert Scoble. They kind of want to hide it, but this is what it was like. This is the antithesis of what millennials would consider cool. Like, I don't really care, but still, like, this image versus this black and white image. I think it's so different. The messaging is so different, and I feel like they know how to handle this. So they could be a contender in the future. Put it down, mark it down. I feel like they can be a contender. in the hardware space. I think the spectacles could have been the first project, kind of dipping the toes into the water. But I think with the response that they're getting, you may see Snap laptops, Snap, desktops. You never know, and maybe even Snap phones. Although I hope it doesn't end up like the ESPN phone. Anyway, here's the second thing that kind of piqued my interest today. Super Mario Run was downloaded a record 40 million times in the first 4 days. This is like tapping into nostalgia. This is kind of what's going on in movie land. Like you have let me turn on the camera so I can start filming myself. You have in movie land, you have this. You have Marvel, you have Marvel Comics, you have all these Avengers series, and it's all like the same stuff from back in the day. You have Star Wars. I don't even know what Star Wars or Rogue One, like what is that? I don't know, but I like Star Wars, but it's like, I don't know, what number is it in the installment? I have no idea. All I know is that it's a blast from the past. Even on Netflix, you have like Fuller House, you have, tried and true things. Like they tap into nostalgia, and technology is no different. So these app developers, app makers, Nintendo, obviously they saw Pokemon Go and they're like, whoa, let's get in on this. Now we're gonna see like these franchises resurrected again. Okay, so this is like this is the second of many that will come. And this doesn't really affect my life, but it's kind of nice showing my kids like, hey, this is what daddy kind of played a little bit when he was growing up. And I think for them, it was just share something that I enjoyed doing, even though I didn't do a lot of it. Third piece of news for today, I did Snapchat already. Oh wait, that was third. Okay, so for today, I think I'll end it with that. It's just kind of, my first episode or my second. I try to do coding videos, but I realized that I don't really enjoy making coding videos. I'm learning it, HTML, CSS, but I like what coding is a part of. This whole new kind of, it isn't even that new, but we gotta understand our world and how technology and media is trying to shape it. And I think the best advice I ever got was business advice I ever got was you paddle into the ocean and you wait for that wave. And you may not, you don't know when it's gonna come, but if you're in that position, if you're in that place where the wave can come, then that wave will take you into success or into kind of the areas that you wanna be in. And kind of this is what I'm doing. I really believe in YouTube. I feel like this is unlike any other thing in the world right now. I am so pro YouTube, not just because of fancy, like titles like the democratization of content, although that's a big part of it. I just feel like it's giving creators, it's giving consumers more choice, and I think more choice is good. A lot of the times, not all the time, but a lot of the times it is good. So today I'm signing out. I'll see you guys, I don't know when, but I'll see you guys soon.